Dai season launched today. Lots of questions about what's going to happen this season and where you want to finish. What are your main views that you're giving out today?
Well, a lot better than last season. I think that goes without saying. Obviously, we don't want to go into the last month of the season looking over our shoulder again. I think it would be silly and stupid to make big, bold statements. We want to finish sixth, or we want to finish as high as possible. Obviously, everyone's going for the same thing. Everybody wants to qualify for Europe. We're no different. But from our point of view, it's minimum requirement is a solid season. I think that's what we're looking for, a real solid season, both on and off the field, really establish ourselves, and hopefully that'll give us a solid foundation to kick on again next season. But from our point of view, I'm really happy with the squad that we put together. I think it's got a real solid blend of experience as well as youth, and there's no reason why we can't really push every team we play and get the results that we want. But it's going to be tough. The Aviva Premiership's a real tough league, as we all know, and every team has improved their squad as well. So we're all quite excited about what we've got, but every squad has improved as well. So this season probably is not going to be any easier than last season, but I do think we're going to probably feel a lot more comfortable going into this season.
One of the luxuries you're going to have this year that you possibly didn't have last year is probably some selection headaches, which is nice for any coach. Have you got a team in your head for the first game yet?
Yeah, not too far off it, but as I said, the only headaches I had last season getting 23 ready to play the game. So certainly there's going to be a few disappointed players going into the first week. That's what you want as a coach. I think my philosophy has always been to try and get 2 quality players in each position.
Yeah.
Makes my job so much easier. They push themselves, they're striving to be in that team, because every player wants to play. Doesn't matter who they are, they all want to play, and they all want to be obviously in the big games. So really, realistically, if they've got competition from within, that can really push them and make sure that their standards and everything they do, their training and their games, are the highest level. So it makes my job so much easier. I think if you look at our squad now, there's not many positions I don't feel that are under pressure. So it's a great position for me, and hopefully the players will respond to that pressure they've got internally.
We're talking about Aviva Premiership Rugby today, but also, of course, we've got LV Cup and the Amblin Challenge Cup. How will you be approaching those 2 tournaments this year, now that you've got maybe the luxury of a deeper squad to play?
Well, I've already, obviously, we've had squad meetings and, we've set minimum standards, basically, and we certainly don't want to go backwards. So we've put goals in place. Obviously, our bread and butter, the Aviva Premiership, we want to have a solid season, as I said, and whatever that takes us at the end, who knows, but we certainly want to have a much better season than we did last season. The LV is something I believe that we can't be stupid about it, depending on where we are in the Aviva Premiership, but it's an opportunity to get Heineken Cup qualification.
Yeah.
We're in a tough group and we've got tough teams to play, so it's not going to be easy for us.
I'm going to guess that the Cardiff away game is one you've marked out in your diary already.
Yeah, well, certainly I wouldn't want to go down and lose. That's for sure. But from my point of view, in material, I think LV, I think we can win 2 home games and win 1 away. If that's enough to get us through, great. And that's what we've talked about, really, is we've got to get 1 away victory and 2 home. And if you can get the semi-finals, well then, as I said, you've really got to go for it then, obviously, because it's our Heineken Cup qualification. And silverware is hugely important. I think, any team that can get any sort of silverware in the early stage of the development, and they're no bones about it, this squad is in this early stage of development, they're new together. So, the quicker we can get our hands on some success, the more it's going to obviously breed confidence and everything on the squad. So the LV is pretty much 2 home and 1 away. And what we've said about the Amblin, another tough group, there's no easy games. But the minimum standards is that last season,
Quarter-final?
Yeah, well, what we've talked about is winning our own games, and I think we had either 1 away or 2 away last season.
Yeah, we lost that 1 game down in Bayonne.
Yeah, so we don't want to step back in anything we play. So if we won out 2 home games last season and won 2 away or whatever it may be, that's our minimum standard. Yeah. And then if some team goes unbeaten, the Amblin, we don't get through, well, fair play to them. But we believe if we can have the same results as we did last season, that'd be good enough to get us to the quarter-final. So our focus is to pretty much go for the 3 competitions, and we'll have to adjust those things go. But I don't think we're in a position where we say we're not interested in that competition. I think the LV for any team that's pretty much guaranteed the top 4, probably they can forget the LV. You know, I think because they're more or less qualified for Europe, really. You know, your real big guns. For us, it's an opportunity, and maybe an easier path in the Premiership. Who knows? But we're certainly going to go for all 3.
Right.